This is Sundance Head, and this is real life, real music.
Real life, real music radio with your host, Kyle Hutton.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry it took us so long to get here. The bass player got lost.
Okay, so here's another thing I didn't tell y'all in Sundance. I mean, I don't even know if I told you or not. We've done, I don't know exactly how many. We've done 6, so probably 9, close to 10 shows here at Herschel's. Mm-hmm. This is the first band show at Herschel's. So you are taking it up a notch.
Thank you, man.
For real life, real music. And man, I'll just kick off by saying I always love when we get to hang out. And we first met at Steamboat Music Fest in Colorado, and Sundance made me really nervous because we're in a room kind of like this where people are seated and we're doing this thing where I'm talking to songwriters. And I look back over here, kind of sit against the wall, and Sundance and his wife Misty came out almost every night that specific Steamboat and listened to our shows. So imagine like Sundance Head sitting right back behind you and watching you all night. There's something like kind of both honoring and creepy about that at the same time.
The creepy part was I looked the same whether I was sitting or standing.
I love it. Okay, you know we've done this at Do-Si-Do. You've seen me do this a lot. I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions tonight. But before I start doing that, why don't you you're the inaugural band on Real Life, Real Music at Herschel's. You just pick a song kick us off tonight.
We're just going to ease in then, okay? I'm going to play you guys a song that's on our new record, Starting Again. It's a song that my dad recorded in the 70s. His name was Roy Head. And before he recorded it, Aretha Franklin recorded it, and I love this song. It's called Come to Me Whenever You Get Lonely. You're asking me to understand your feelings, to just forget Mom and let you walk away. Darling, I won't raise a hand to stop you. Just let me say one thing before you leave. understand your feelings, to just forget my own and let you walk away. Well, darling, I wanna raise one hand to stop you. Just let me say one thing before you leave.
Man, there's so much I want to unpack after a song and a delivery like that, and there's so much I want to talk about. I gotta choose where I want to start. So you mentioned your dad, and obviously I think that is one of the most interesting things about you to me is just the fact that you've grown up with music in your blood. I mean, surrounded by it. I mean, I've heard you talk about some of the people that were coming in and out of your house while you were a kid, and it's like,
yeah, it was pretty amazing, man. I didn't even know what was going on, you know.
Tell us about what was that like growing up with a dad that was making hit records.
You know, I thought everyone played music. I didn't know that there were other things that people could do. So I really just thought it was a normal thing, you know. We used to have Stevie Vaughan come through, and he would spend the night at our house. That's way before he blew up and was a megastar. But my dad was recording a record in Austin with him and Joey Long on guitar. And I just thought that these guys just were kind of regular folks, you know, had no idea. Stevie Ray Vaughan was one of the greatest guitar players of all time, or I would have asked him something, you know. But we had people coming and going all the time, you know, and it was kind of like, you know, being a musician is pretty much the same life as being a carny, so. We had people live with us that were famous, and we always had a guest bedroom in our house that had somebody staying in it all the time. So I just would kind of hang around. My dad always told me to be seen and not heard, so I was always peeking around, trying to figure out what was going on, and learning everything I could from these guys, you know. I always knew that I wanted to be in the music business, but I didn't know really how to do it on my own, and I had seen all the pitfalls that my dad had went through, and I didn't want any part of that, you know. Unfortunately, they're unavoidable, so I'll be turning 46 this year, and I think I've just about have it figured out, man, maybe. And so, I don't know if I've gotten to the point where I'm really good at what I'm doing, or if I'm just too dumb that I didn't quit a long time ago.
Well, I'm going to say this, at the risk of embarrassing you or myself, but you sound as great as ever, right?
Thank you, man.
But here's
Appreciate
the thing. But you look great, man.
Oh, thanks,
I mean,
man.
like last time you and I were together was, I don't remember what year it was. It was, I don't remember if it was post-COVID or when it was. It was a few years back, and you got a different spark in your eye today.
Yeah, man, I was 387 pounds. During COVID, I really got depressed, started drinking a lot, and I looked like chewed up bubble gum, But I was, I was just trying to figure it out, man. Both my parents died during COVID, and I pretty much hit rock bottom in every aspect of my life. So it was a good time to start over.
Well,
so I quit drinking, and I have lost about 157 pounds up to today. Thank you. And I get better looking every day. You can ask my wife. I tell my wife every day.
Yeah. I know Misty, and if you met Misty, you can see her rolling her eyes right now.
I just also got old and had to get glasses, and I'm trying to figure out how to keep them from fogging up.
Yeah, good luck.
I need some WD-40.
WD-40.
I thought, man, I got my fan in the van, but I thought, man, I don't need my fan. But I forgot, this is Texas. I'm in a sport coat, and I'm fat. You know what I mean? It's hard to be this fat and this good looking, but somebody has to do it, man. I know. Hey, when I tell you that I've lost 158 pounds, I see some of y'all roll your eyes, and I know it's hard to believe I've lost that much weight, and I'm still this fat. You know what I'm saying? It's tough.
Man, no, listen. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you're doing good, man. Because last time you and I were together, your mom was in the hospital, and I know that she passed not too long after that, and that was an emotional night. And man, I was glad that we got to share that together, and we got to capture that, and hopefully it was good for your soul to play some songs that night.
Yeah, man. That's really the reason I got sober was. My mom was in hospice, and she was dying, and she would live 3 more weeks after this conversation. But I would go visit her every evening, and I'd be drinking. I was depressed, and my dad had already died, and my career was in the dump. We weren't allowed to work. My money was all gone. They still wanted to get paid. Everybody wanted to get paid. So I went in there one day, man. It was July 31st, and I went in to see her, and she said, son, you come and see me every day, and I really appreciate it. She said, I'm laying in the bed, and I'm dying. And she said, but to see you like this every day, I think you're the one dying. And it changed my life, man. I tell everybody my mother gave me life twice on earth, and that's the truth. Yeah, man. So now I'm on the second part of my life trying to kick some ass.
Hey, Corliss, can we say ass on Maverick 100.9?
Sure as hell can.
Hey, all right, man.
So look, there's certain words that if you say it is edited for rebroadcast.
Sure,
so we'll make sure we watch those.
Okay.
But okay, one of the things that I love is that you pay homage to your father and his music. And I know we'll get to talk more about him, but when you were on The Voice, and we'll talk more about that later, you did a version of his song "Treat Her Right," and man, it still shows up at the top of the charts. And man, I know it was a huge song for him, and probably a huge song for your family. And tell us about that. And I wonder if you play that for us.
Well, yeah. Well, I had always learned that song, and that's like the first song I learned when I was a kid, because I knew it was one of his popular songs, and I really loved it. So I would kind of dive into it, and once I learned to play it, I thought it was super cool. So I'd always tell my dad, hey, man, he'd have a new guitar player join his band, and I'd tell him every time they had rehearsal, I'd say, hey, man, this guy, he don't know what he's doing. I was trying to be his guitar player forever, but really I sucked at guitar until probably 6 months ago, but I'm like, every day I'm trying to figure it out, but he would let me come on stage and play with him. You want us to play that song?
Yeah, I would love to hear that.
It probably should never be done on the acoustic, but we'll give it a try. You ready? Well, all right then, man. You don't be so I'm at a loss for words, man.
Enthusiastic.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, man. Story. Every man ought to know now. If you want a little loving, you gotta start real slow. She's gonna love you tonight if you just treat her right. Oh, squeeze her real gentle. You gotta make her feel good. Tell her that you love her like you know you should. Lord, if you don't treat her right, she won't love you tonight. And if you practice my method just as hard as you can, you're gonna get a reputation as a loving man. Lord, you'll be glad every night that you treated her right. Hey, hey, hey. Tell you a story now. Every man ought to know now. If you want a little loving, you gotta start real slow now. She's gonna love you tonight if you just treat her right. Oh, squeeze her real gentle. You gotta make her feel good. Tell her that you love her like you know you should. Lord, if you don't treat her right, won't love you tonight. Hey, hey, yeah. Hey. Thank you so much, man.
The acoustic version.
Ah, man, that wasn't easy, man.
Dude, I love that.
A little busy, man. A little busy.
Oh, man. Have you ever had Sundance Head look over at you and like, did you really just ask for that?
No, that's all right.
I love it.
We can do it, man. We can do
I love that.
At the dark end. No, okay.
Go. Okay, no. Here's what I'm going to put you on the spot now. Okay, you told the story a few minutes ago. We were over in a meet and greet, and you told the story of playing a 5-string guitar, right? I don't know if you noticed, but his guitar's missing a string. And that the first song, the complete song that you learned how to play was Born to Boogie. So you got to give us a little.
Oh man, that one. Well, my mama met my daddy down in Alabama. They tied the knot low, now here I am. Born on by on a Texas line, raised in Louisiana, loving jambalaya. Well, before I could walk, I had a guitar in my hand. By the time I could talk, Lord, I had my own band. Went on the road when I was 8 years old. Turned 15, I was still in the show. Money to burn and the girls are pretty. Didn't take me long, Lord, and I was born a boy now.
So
Think
okay,
of
so
that.
but the six string guitar.
Uh-huh.
What brought that on?
Oh, well, I learned on a 5-string because I had picked one up. We got one from Billy Gibbons. He gave it to my dad. And a gentleman named Fred Middlebrook somehow gave it to me. And I learned everything I learned to play on a 5-string, so whenever I picked up a 6-string, I couldn't play anything on it, And so I just always played 5. So I got a drawer full of high E strings if anybody needs any.
I love it. Okay, so I want to go kind of full circle. Let's go from the beginning, which obviously was the influence of your dad and music and being around it and getting that first guitar and learning that first song. I want to fast forward all the way up to 2023 with one of my favorite songs that I've heard of yours. And when I hear one of your songs that I really like, I text you. But I hadn't texted you about this one yet because I was waiting for this moment to tell you. But Bars and Churches is one of my favorite.
Oh man, you love that.
One of my favorite tunes, man, because it's one thing. You could sing the phone book, and we would think the phone book was good. Okay, that's cool because you sing good. But Bars and Churches, to me, you just captured something there.
Well, yeah, because I was going through something in my life, and that song I really relate to it because I've been the guy that's going to the bar. I've been the guy that's going to church, and I realize that we're all looking for the same thing at both places. And I know because I've been both of those folks, but So it's a really beautiful song. We'll play it for you right now. See if Dustin can pull it off on this box. And we go there, running from the empty, looking for a little light. Just another face in the crowd of the broken-hearted. And we sing and we dance and pretend that we're all alright, but we're not, and we know it, but we don't show it. Well, there's one on every corner. You ain't gotta look too hard. Those doors will swing right open, no matter who you are. It's where Jesus knows to go to find the sinners and the saints. It's where you hit your knees, say a prayer, and take a drink. 'Cause we're all hurting, we're all searching in bars and churches, chasing lonely, running from the devil with the devil trying to drag you down, pouring out your heart to the ear of the perfect Savior. You're hoping that they listen, that they care, and they give a damn, 'cause they want the same thing too. And they came here just like you. Well, there's one on every corner. You ain't gotta look too hard. Those doors will swing right open, no matter who you are. It's where Jesus knows to go to find the sinners and the saints. It's where you hit your knees, say a prayer, and take a drink. 'Cause we're all hurting, and we're all searching in bars and churches. It's where Jesus knows to go to find the sinners and the saints. It's where you hit your knees, say a prayer, and take a drink. 'Cause we're all hurting, we're all searching in bars and churches. Thank you so much. Hey, can I get a Diet Coke up here? Any kind of soda water? I gave up the alcohol, so now I live on soda water and chocolate bars.
Soda, I love it. I hadn't heard soda water since my grandma. Soda water.
Give me one of them cold sodas.
Yeah. Oh, man. You want to introduce these guys that
Yeah,
are here
man.
with
We
you
got
tonight?
Mr. Dropkick Dave Walters all the way from Hockley, Texas.
Come on.
And the gentleman back here, the king of Speeder Creek, all the way from Athens, Texas, Mr. Dustin Edwards.
Yeah.
Hey, he's our drummer, and he also doubles as a bodyguard, and he will and can kick your ass. But he's a nice guy.
Okay, so every the good thing about well, we'll just say redemption's a good thing,
Sure,
right?
yeah,
And that's a good
Absolutely.
thing. But it's always good to hear the story about how you got there. And so all we got to do is go back to like a record you released in 2019. And I want you to play the song "Drive Me to Drinking."
Okay, sure, man. I love that song.
It's a great song.
This is
And
one-
by the way, I just got a text from my wife that said "Love him!" exclamation point, exclamation point. So you just got the Tara seal of approval.
Well, hey, thank you, Miss Tara, and I am looking for a benefactor, so.
Wait, you're barking up the wrong tree. I've always told Tara she can have a boyfriend, but there's only one rule. What is it? He has to contribute.
Well, just to let you know, I do get confused as a Ron Jeremy stunt double. So, action scenes only, folks.
Yeah. If you don't know what we're talking about, don't Google it. Don't do it.
My
red.
wife hates that joke, man. She's gonna say, "I cannot believe you said that."
I can't either. I'm with Misty. I can't believe it.
Woo!
Play a song. Stop talking and sing.
Segue. I wrote this song called "Drive Me to Drinking" because I've been with my wife for 25 years and she's constantly pissing me off. And I told her one night, I said, "Misty," well, actually, there was a bar right in front of my neighborhood where we lived and where I grew up my whole life, and it was called the Victory. It's called the Nowhere Lounge. Right next door to that was the Victory Christian Center. When I was 17, I got baptized there, and me and my buddies went next door to the Nowhere Lounge and got drunk to celebrate. So I always tell my wife, I said, "Hey, baby, if you're going to drive me to drinking, why don't you drop me off at the bar, you know? Because it's on the way out anyway." And she said, "Why don't you write that song?" So here it is. I did. She pointed out all my wrongs, said I could do nothing right. I wasn't in a state of mind of old King James Book of John. I looked her straight in the eye and said, "Baby, now come on, if you're gonna drive me to drinking, well, it really ain't that far. If you're gonna drive drop me off down at the bar." I said, "Hold that thought right there and let's take this talk outside. Crank up that old truck and baby, take me for a ride. You got 3 whole miles to say what's on your mind. You can pick me back up or I let you down right after closing time. If you're gonna drive me to drinking, well, it really ain't that far. If you're gonna drive me to drinking, well, drop me off y'all sing it with us. If you're gonna drive me to drinking, well, take me where my buddies are. If you're gonna drive me to drinking, find a tap of old cold Lone Star. If you're gonna drive me to drinking, well, it really ain't that far. If you're gonna drive me to drinking, well, drive me on down. Well, drive me on down. If you're gonna drive me to drinking, well, it really ain't that far. If you're gonna drive me to drinking, well, drive me on down. Well, drive me on down at the bar. Yeah, yeah. Whoa. 2 for 1 tonight. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Are y'all doing okay out there? Everybody good? All right. Okay, so who signed your guitar down there?
Well, it was devalued by Blake Shelton.
Blake Shelton. Now, he turned around for you at The Voice and picked you for his team.
I did. Yeah.
And I don't know if y'all know this or not, if you're Voice fans, but in 2016, this guy walked away with the whole thing.
That's
Won
right,
the whole
man.
Voice.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you, man. It was awesome.
So what? Okay, so here you are, right? I mean, you've grown up around the music business, but you've been out. I mean, you've been out pounding it, right? You've been out doing shows and playing at every, probably every dive bar around
Man,
Texas.
we want
right?
to play everywhere. By the way, we're for hire. Birthdays, bar mitzvahs, just we'll come. We do a lot of house parties. I'll bring these guys. This is the whole band.
There you go.
You're looking at the whole team, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. So, but then all of a sudden, I mean, you find yourself on one of the biggest stages in front of millions of viewers a night. Just, I mean, we don't get to experience that. Tell us a little bit about what it was like walking into that, and maybe a couple of your favorite moments that you remember from the show.
Well, I really was just, I really tried out for The Voice because my wife made me. And then I was like, I said, well, I'll do it, you know. If you'll quit asking me to do it, I'll do it. And then after I was on there, I made it like through three, you know, shows or whatever. And we're like going to the lives. And Blake Shelton came to me and he said, man, Sundance, I think you can win this whole thing, really. I think you can. And I called my wife and I said, man, Blake said we could probably win the whole show. And so she said, well, what are you going to do? And so I didn't have a strategy on when I was on the American Idol. I didn't understand the game that has to be played with that whole thing. You know, I thought it was about talent. And then, you know, and then you realize, you know, it's a lot more than that. And so it's hard to have people take me seriously when I'm this good looking, you know. And I'm just, in fact, my Wikipedia says I'm 6 foot. I don't want anybody in here to leave tonight and screw that up. But so on the show, man, you know, I told Blake, I said, hey, man, I want to do all female songs, and I want to put my own arrangement on them and present them to the American public, you know, because you have to do cover songs, obviously. And I didn't want to do, like, guy songs because I didn't want to be compared to the guy. So the first thing we did was The Climb by Miley Cyrus, and she was literally, like, sitting right there when I did it, man. And talking about being nervous, man, that was something else. And once we went through that time, and I sang that for her, and she really loved it. You know, she told me after the show, she goes, you know, don't just think I'm telling you this, but you've got a tremendous amount of talent, and I really appreciate you doing my song. And then after that, man, I've just had some confidence. I told my wife, I said, man, I think we can actually win. You know, I didn't even know there was a real trophy until we won. And they gave me like a real trophy, man. It's so,
Where does it sit in the house?
It sits in I got a china cabinet, and it's right next to my dad's gold record and a Heisman trophy that someone lost to my dad in a poker game. True story, man. So when he died, I found this Heisman trophy. And
was it Johnny Manziel?
man, I don't know, man.
Sorry, I had to ask.
No, I don't think so, man, because my dad had given up coke before he was in college. My dad gave up coke when he turned 74 because his dealer died, and he was afraid to start a new relationship. I said, Dad, that's probably wise.
I just dug myself a really deep hole here in Aggie Land.
He was a tough fella. My dad was a good guy.
So I'm going to tell you from watching that and growing up as a kid. I mean, when I'm old, okay? I had the 8-track tape player in my bedroom, and man, my parents, I think they thought I was going to hell because I had Kiss Alive, and then I had all 4 of the solo records. Okay.
Incredible.
And on 8-track, God, I wish I still had those.
They're worth a fortune.
But you got to perform with Kiss.
I did. It was amazing.
Dude, as a rocker, it was
incredible, really. So when I was a kid, the last concert I seen with my brother died in a tragic accident. He was 21 when I was 9 years old. That week before he died, he took me to see Kiss in the Summit.
No.
Ted Nugent opened the show for him, and I remember being on his shoulders because I couldn't see. He put me up on his neck, and I watched the whole show, and it was amazing, man. So I had always related that to my brother and him being alive. And so to be able to play with them, you know, when I was on The Voice, man, we're getting close to the end. They're like, who do you want to play with? You can pick 4 people, and we'll reach out to them. I'm like, whatever, man. So I was like,
who'd you pick?
Yeah, so I picked, Bob Dylan. I picked Kiss. Who else did I pick, man? Tom Petty and Sheryl Crow. That was my 4.
All right.
And they come back and they said, hey, man, we got Kiss. They're coming. And I was like, you're kidding me, man. So the day of the rehearsals, I was asleep on the VIP couch because when you're on these shows, you go down there at like 5:30 and you wait until 7:30 at night to do something. So I just sat around all day. Well, I was asleep on the couch, and I woke up with this dude standing over me. And I looked up, and I was amazed. And the gentleman above me goes, yes, it's really me. You're not dreaming. And it was Gene Simmons. I was like, wow, dude. So it was amazing, man. And they gave me some badass platform boots with a dragon head on them to wear, but the Voice wouldn't insure it, so I didn't get to roll.
Man, you would have been 6 foot.
Dude, finally. So the coolest thing that happened, I never got tattoos because I'm scared of needles. That's why I never tried heroin either, but the coolest thing that happened to me was people were sending me these memes on social media about the 5th Kiss member, and it was me. And my face was white, and I had a big blue Texas over my right eye. I thought, man, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
So do you play in your live sets any of the songs that you covered during that time on The Voice?
Well, what would I do? We could do Love Can Build a Bridge by the Judds.
Dude. Do it.
I got a phone call. Blake said Winona's going to call you. Actually, the producers told me that. So I said, okay. They're like, be by your phone at 7. And so I picked up the phone, and on the other end, it's like, hey, it's Winona, you know. And I thought for sure it was Blake, you know, talking with because he would do something like that. But it was really her, man. And she's like, we just give you our blessing, and we would love if you'd do the song. And they had never given the rights to anyone to play their music on the show.
Wow.
So once Blake told me that, I felt like I had to do it, you know. So let's see if we can screw it up for you right here. I'll gladly walk across the desert with no shoes upon my feet to share with you the last bite of bread I'd had to eat. And I'd swim out and save you in your sea of broken dreams. When all your hope is sinking, let me show you what love means. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. And don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? But I would whisper love so loudly every heart could understand. Love and only love can join the tribes of man. Be my heart's desire, so that you might see. The first step is to realize it all begins with you and me. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Well, we stand together and it's our finest hour. We can do anything, anything. Keep believing in the power between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Oh, don't you think it's time? Thank you.
You doing all right? How's that soda water?
Man, I think I'll take another. Can you make it a double?
So I want to ask you about one of my favorite songs that you've released in the last few years. And this is when I first heard it, man. I sent you a text and because I just thought it was an amazing song. Me, Jim Beam, and you, three
Okay.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Tell us about that song. Play that one for us.
Well, you know, I grew up with a bunch of musicians and carnies, you know, so when I was a kid, I'd hear my mom and dad fight, and I'd hear her tell him, 3 people can't live in this house, me, Jim Beam, and you. And I didn't know what they were talking about, you know, and then I grew up and realized that I was doing the same thing to my family. And so and the second thing I realized was, man, she wasn't good at adding. She didn't, you know, me, Jim Beam, and you, and our kid, you know, but it really, yeah, it really affected me. So I wrote this song about it. You ready, boys? She said this one-bedroom house is gotten smaller somehow, but it ain't big enough for me and you, but I'm tired of giving up my chair to him. And she said, 3 people can't live in this house, you're gonna have to choose. 'Cause I've got nothing left to give and you've got too much to lose. He's more than just a shadow in the corner of the room. He's center stage in this tragic play that's called Me, Jim Beam, and You. She said, I don't cook him meals, but he mooches, cheats, and steals every moment of your time that should be mine. And she said, 3 people can't live in this house, you're gonna have to choose. 'Cause I've got nothing left to give and you've got too much to lose. He's more than just a shadow in the corner of the room. He's center stage in this tragic play that's called Me, Jim, Beam, and You. Me, Jim, Beam, and you can't get along. Me, Jim, Beam, and you can't see eye to eye. Well, it's been me, Jim Beam, and you for way too long. And now it's time for one of us to say goodbye. 3 people can't live in this house, you're gonna have to choose. 'Cause I've got nothing left to give and you've got too much to lose. He's more than just a shadow in the corner of the room. He's center stage in this tragic play that's called Me, Jim, Beam, and You. Me, Jim, Beam, and You. Ooh. 3 people can't live in this house, you're gonna have to choose. 'Cause I've got nothing left to give and you got too much to lose. Thank you. Thank you so much. I can't believe this is being recorded. I'm sick. Every time that I do a show with this guy, I'm sick. I caught something in Mexico, man. And it wasn't a tan, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, before I forget to do it, I need to get a liner for the kickoff of the radio show. All right, so
Okay.
you've got to say, this is Sundance Head, and this is Real Life, Real Music. And then I need you guys to just go absolutely nuts. Okay,
Are you ready?
Until I go like this.
This is Sundance Head, and this is Real Life, Real Music.
Perfect. That was great.
You're all hired.
And you can hear yourselves on Saturday night at 6 o'clock on Maverick Radio 100.9. 7 o'clock, not 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. No, every Saturday, 7 o'clock, Maverick 100.9. They broadcast our edited version of this show because I guarantee you ass is not the only cuss word Sundance Head's going to say before we get out of here tonight. So I apologize.
Hey, man, can I
already.
play you guys a song I just wrote? The band don't even know it. I want to see what y'all think, so.
Let's do it.
I mean, it's not like y'all know these greatest hits anyway, you know what I mean? Yeah? Well, look, I really want you guys to follow me on social media at Sundance Head. Make sure you go on there and tell people you've seen us tonight. Sundance Head, that's me. Tell him you saw Sundance Head tonight and he was tall and handsome. We're trying to get our numbers up online. But here's a song that I wrote called Modern Day Hooker. I just wrote this the other day. Hooker being Johnny Lee Hooker, the blues guy. I mean, maybe the title could be massaged a little bit. Hey, all right. That one came quick. I can't stop.
Edited for rebroadcast.
Hooker's approved.
Dude, that was totally accidental. Run home now, babe. Roll on down the road. Run on now, mama. Run on down the road. Well, I ain't taking it no more. I've got somewhere else I can go. You keep on beating me. You got my back against the wall. You keep on beating me. You got my back against the wall. I ain't taking it no more. And soon you won't have me at all. Run on now, mama. Run on down the road. Run on now, mama. Run on down the road. I ain't taking it no more. I've got somewhere else I can go. Well, I ain't taking it no more. I've got somewhere else I can go. Well, I ain't taking it no more. I got somewhere else I can go. Thank you so much. That's a little West Fork blues from East Montgomery County. Thank you, man.
I just got a text. I'm probably the last one to know that the Aggies won. So there we go. All right. Are y'all having a good time? Is everybody doing okay? Okay. I want to say thank you again to my co-producers of this event, the Stella Hotel, Lake Walk, and Destination Bryan. And man, I want to say a special thank you. You know, two of our gentlemen that they were instrumental in the decision for Blue Forge to bring this show to town the way they did. They're in D.C. tonight doing their work and their business, and I'm not going to pretend to know exactly what that is or what that means, because I don't have that level of clearance, and they said they'd have to kill me if they told me.
Well, they told me
So-
that they build, I'll tell you, they told me they build submarine parts. None of them that were on the Titan.
Perfect.
Continue,
Thanks. Yeah. Well, that pretty much sums it up right there, folks. I'll be needing a new sponsor next season. So, anybody? No. Man, I don't know about you guys, and I tried not to go too far down the rabbit hole because it's just not healthy for me. But I do stay current enough to know that there's, some ships over near Cuba, and there's all kinds of stuff going on in the world right now that just means we need to, first of all, be grateful that we get to gather in places like we're gathered tonight and know that there's reasons we get to do that. There's people that make sure we have the opportunity to do that. And there's times to be vigilant, which is probably always, but definitely now. And I appreciate the fact that Blue Forge Alliance not only is concerned about the safety and well-being of our country and their community, but also about the culture in their community. And so I appreciate everything you guys are doing to preserve, all of it, all of what we get to celebrate here. So thank you guys. And yes, they do help make sure that we have submarine parts that we, I told them my simplistic version is we don't want to be in World War III and have to order parts from China for our submarines. That wouldn't be probably very prudent. But what do I know? I was a marketing major.
Well, you're doing a fine job, Kyle.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. What do you want to play for us? I've been leading you around everywhere. Play us another hooker song or whatever.
Well, let's do
got.
I'll play a song that I wrote for my wife. It's called Darling Don't Go, and this is really one of my favorite songs. I was listening to Red-Headed Stranger on repeat when I wrote this song, and I probably stole all of Willie's good licks, but let's see. You ready? Darling, don't go. Leave me all by myself. I don't think I can make it without you. Lord, I know well, I promise I will never do it again. Yeah. Lord, I know what they say is true, babe. I could never let one day without you. Please come home, 'cause my heart is on the floor while I'm walking in circles over you. Lord, I know I was wrong to ever speak to you that way. Well, I promise I will never do it again. Yeah. Baby, cry. to me the sound that saved a wretch like me. Lord, I was lost, oh, and now I am found. Well, I was blind, oh, but now I can see. Oh, I was blind, but now I can see.
I want to play you a sweet song I wrote for my wife now. Let me remember. Yeah. Pick along on this one. It's a nice, sweet little song. My wife and I just celebrated our 31st wedding anniversary. We were mere pups when we got married. And man, probably, I don't remember how many years in, but I started kind of collecting those little sayings that she would the ones she would repeat often. And I collected enough of them that I put them in this song. And yeah, she's here tonight. The song goes like this. Pick up your shoes, wash your face, brush your teeth, and don't be late. And don't stay out all night with your friends. 'Cause you come in drunk and think you're funny, but my floors are clean and your boots are muddy, and this morning you forgot the trash again. Sound familiar? Here's the appropriate response. If you want to be my lover, stop acting like my mother, 'cause it freaks me out and leaves me so confused. Yeah, I don't know whether to hug you or lay you down and love you. Yeah, babe, it's up to you, you'll have to choose. Yeah, I want to see you in a satin gown, in the bedroom playing around. Come on, girl, and flash me that pretty smile. Put on your come get me pumps and get this cowboy jump, and let's do something we ain't done in a while. Yeah, if you want to be my lover, stop acting like my mother, 'cause it freaks me out and leaves me so confused. Yeah, I don't know whether to hug you or lay you down and love you. Yeah, babe, it's up to you, you'll have to choose. Take one out. And I know what you're all thinking. Kyle's not. I started singing this song and then realized that two of my sons are here. That's probably... they're never going to look at their mom the same. Of course, I had no idea how to end this song because I'm already in too deep. So this is what we came up with. I got the perfect plan, I think to redirect your motherly instinct to keep you from going off like you just did. All we need is a little alone time, a hot bath and a bottle of red wine. Slip off to bed and we'll get you a kid. 'Cause if you wanna be my lover, stop acting like my mother. 'Cause it freaks me out and leaves me so confused. Yeah, I don't know whether to hug you or lay you down and love you. Yeah, babe, it's up to you, you'll have to choose. Ooh, yeah, babe, it's up to you, you'll have to choose. It's a hit, or I'll get hit, one of the two. All right. Yeah, let's play a couple more. Are y'all all right with that? Everybody good? All right, all right.
I want to tell you after this show, I brought some T-shirts that I designed, and really, I need your money. Okay? I want you to come by. I'll sell you one of these T-shirts, and let me tell you, instantly, when you buy one of these shirts and you take this thing home and put it on, you become a badass. Okay? 6 foot tall, that's right. I would really appreciate it if you help me out and buy some of these shirts for me. All this money goes to a wonderful family. So I told my wife, I said, baby, you don't have to drive me crazy. I'm close enough to walk. Has my heart crying out for more. I wanna hold you till the morning sun crawls out across the floor. Your body's calling me, I can feel the energy. Oh, I can't even talk. You don't have to drive me crazy. I'm close enough to walk. 'Cause when you dance like that, yeah, you move like an angel. My mind gets hacked, yeah, my thoughts get tangled. When you do what you do, babe, it ought to be against the law. You don't have to drive me crazy, baby. I'm close enough to walk. Well, I'm already losing sleep at night, and I can't get you off my mind. To ease this trouble I have deep inside, let's kill this bottle of wine, baby. Your body's calling me, I can feel the energy. Oh, I can't even talk. You don't have to drive me crazy. I'm close enough to walk. 'Cause when you dance like that, yeah, you move like an angel. My mind gets hacked, yeah, my thoughts get tangled. When you do what you do, babe, it ought to be against the law. You don't have to drive me crazy, babe. I'm close enough to walk.
Have y'all had a good time tonight? Well, Sundance is going to be right out here, outside this door, to shake your hand and sell you a T-shirt and give some of your money to a very needy family. Sundance, I can't tell you thank you enough for taking time out of the beginning of your week to come spend the evening here with us in Bryan, Texas.
Oh,
man, we sure
dude, let's do it again tomorrow night.
I love it. I love it. And thank you again, Stella Hotel, for giving us such a beautiful place. Lake Walk, Destination Bryan, helping us put this on. And then my friends at Blue Forge. I hope you all had a good time tonight. Thank you for being here. All right. You have the honor of picking what you're going to leave us with tonight. What do you want to finish off the evening with?
Well, you guys want to hear a sad song, or do you want us to play a sad song? Yeah, man. So here's the song I wrote when my dad died. This is everything I want to tell him, but it's a beautiful song. It's called Starting Again. It's the name of our new album that we put out in 2022. I've got, right now I currently have 12 new songs written. We're getting ready to start recording this new record. That's why I need you guys to buy all the merch I have tonight. But this song is a beautiful song. It's called Starting Again. Ready? Catch a buzz every night, like that old neon light on the wall. I wonder if it's because you left me here by myself with no one left to call. Well, if it's since you've been gone, I've sang the same song and played every bar in this town. Now it's all over and I'm starting again. Time to pick myself up off the ground. Like an old broken record, an old song that the jukebox would play, one that would leave your heart hurt, oh, and make that old whiskey feel great. Well, ever since you've been gone, I've sang the same song and played every bar in this town. Now it's all over and I'm starting again. Time to pick myself up off the ground. Well, I remember it now, you driving away. You said I'll be back tomorrow. Sorrow. I sang the same song and I played every bar in this town. Now it's all over and I'm starting again. Time to pick my myself up off the ground. Now it's all over and I'm starting again. Time to pick myself up off the ground. Why do I have to catch a buzz every night? Like that old neon light on the wall. I wonder if it's because you left me here by myself with no one left to call. Well, ever since you've been gone, I've sang the same song and played it Now it's all over and I'm starting again. Time to pick myself up off the ground. Now it's all over and I'm starting again. Time to pick myself up off the ground. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Sundance Head.
Thank you. Thank you very much.